Last week, the UK had their local elections, and we had the opportunity to vote in a new London mayor. And throughout this chaos, an MP forgot their ID to vote. Why is this relevant to dyspraxia? Tune in. Hello and welcome to Disconnect. I'm Dan. It's a nice hot day today here in the UK, and I hope you have all had a lovely weekend as well. Now, on to the news. Conservative MP Tom Hunt from Ipswich has said that he forgot his voter's ID due to his dyspraxia. Why is this important? Well, it's good to hear dyspraxia being mentioned in the media. That's for starters. Also, it reminds me of my own memory. See, I tend to forget things. I have certain areas where I place certain objects. For example, my keys. I keep them in my coat pocket. But if I'm in a rush, there's a chance I may forget my coat and also my keys as a result. People underestimate how easy it is to forget something, especially when you're dyspraxic. When I try to explain how forgetful I am due to my dyspraxia, I get told, well, I'm forgetful all the time. Yeah, it's true, you may forget things, but when you're dyspraxic, it's a different it's a different situation altogether. You are forgetting things on a near daily basis. And it goes back to when I talked about how I feel that it's important that I have many pockets. I have a bag that I carry around all the time, a rucksack, lots of different compartments, and I know where things are. But that doesn't stop me from forgetting things. I couldn't tell you how many times I've lost my Oyster card. And for those who are not from the UK, an Oyster card is like a travel pass that we use that to take public transportation, whether it be the bus, the London Underground, the trams. It helps us get around London basically. And I have lost so many of those. So you can imagine how much money I spent paying for a replacement. And it's just got me thinking about ways I can organize myself a bit better. I haven't written anything down and I really should. But what I do tend to do is my keys always go in my bag if I'm not using my coat. Today it's 20 degrees, so it's very warm. I'm not going to be carrying a coat anymore. So I need to now think about where I want to leave my keys. So my keys now go into my bag, which I carry all the time to work. What about my wallet? Same thing. It's important to have certain locations for certain items so you know where to find them. Unfortunately, I'm really bad with my Oyster. There always seems to be a slight chink in the armor of a dyspraxic. You think you're organized, you think you've got things under control, but there's always that one object that always seems to go missing. So even though I may not agree with the politics of Tom Hunt, that doesn't make his experience of dyspraxia irrelevant. It happens. There's many of us that have dyspraxia. But I could go on. I can forget things at work as well. It's not just my home life. I forget things at work as well. I have tasks that I have to do, and even though I've got items to remind me of certain tasks, if I get overwhelmed or I'm distracted with something else, I will forget that task. And it's the whole process of information. If it's too much, I will forget. And I could just imagine when you're an MP, you've got to speak to people, many of your voters. You're reading emails. You're reading and writing emails. You're sending letters. You're on the phone. You're on your campaign trail to keep your seat. So I could just imagine, with all the pressure going on, you're going to forget certain things. And the fact that it's happened to an MP, a politician, it's kind of a big deal, because when the politician speaks about an experience that many of us are going through, people tend to listen, whether it's in a positive light or a negative light. But the point is, people will listen. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the video. I would like to say that I have launched a Patreon. You will get access to a special Discord server, and for certain tiers, you could get access to my support group, which I'll be running once a week. Higher tiers can get access to t-shirts and other goodies. Plus, you'll have the option of having access to a trained counselor. So, like I stated before, we are quite prone to getting depression and anxiety and even phobias. So, having access to a counselor is actually pretty important. And of course, signing up to the Patreon helps support my channel. And you will see that improvement over the next few years of doing this content. That's right, I intend to do this for quite a while. This isn't a one and done situation. I intend to keep going with this content, but your support will help me as well. I have goals to improve the website. I want to get to a stage where I can bring in contributors to the website who can write articles and help spread awareness, because at the moment all of this is on my own. It's all me. But it will be nice to eventually get to a point where I can have a team behind me. But that's the long-term plan. So signing up to the Patreon will definitely help me get to where I need to go. and public speaking opportunities too. So with that, thank you all for listening today. Don't forget to like, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content. And to get notifications, make sure you hit the bell too. So until next time, everybody, goodbye.